to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Guys on the Truth Podcast. About to show you more.
We about to show you more.
T-Fees and Benita T.
Yeah.
You know we about to get
We
busy.
about to get busy.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And we're back. Welcome back to the Guys on the Truth Podcast. I am T Feezy.
And I am Benita T.
Whoa. What a week. What a week. What a week. What a week.
Definitely what a week.
So, what was your week like?
It started out pretty slow, but I gotta say it ended pretty nice. So I can't complain. Kids are doing better with school, so yeah. What about you?
My week was terrible.
Again?
Very stressful.
Gee, you need to quit that job.
I'm a miserable person, that's why.
It's not good to be miserable. Better take a chill pill.
I just need a vacation.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Because I hate everybody. Everybody ticks me off.
Why?
They just do.
I don't got my glasses. I can't see nothing.
Everybody just ticks me off for some reason now. I think I need a vacation.
Yeah, that's pretty much a sign you need a vacation when everybody ticks you off.
Well, we got
Oh, I did want to tell y'all about
Jesus
my
Christ.
experiment before we get into the news. About because if you didn't hear the last episode, go watch it if you want to know about the 432 versus 440 hertz. That is the frequency that they tune music to. So like I said, if you ain't here last week episode, go watch it. But anyways, I did an experiment on my children because I wanted to know if it indeed was
you did
true.
An experiment on your children?
Yep, I did. I do experiments on my children.
Experiment?
I'm getting ready to tell you. So
scientific
scientific experiment. Nothing
Are
harmful.
they alive?
Yeah, they're alive. Nothing that's harmful. But anyways, my son, he's very hyperactive. He's been like that since he's been in school. He has a hard time focusing and concentrating. So what I did was I was, like I said, the last episode, we found out that 432 is good for brain power, the cells and all that stuff. So I decided to do a little experiment. I started to put Beethoven, started playing the music in the morning while he does his schoolwork. Usually in the mornings he gets up, he gives me a lot of slack. He doesn't want to get on, he whines, he cries. So if anybody out there, any parents understand me, then you will know how frustrating that is, especially when you have to be at your job too. So I put the music on Tuesday when they went back after the holiday. He wasn't happy about waking up, but as the day was going, he was a lot calmer. He didn't, fuss. He was more concentrated. He concentrated more. And I was like, okay, day one, pretty good. So needless to say, by today, it was a complete 360 turnaround. He hasn't given me any issues. He's been paying attention. Even his teacher said how he's more focused on their live conferences and he's more he's getting his work done. So yeah, I mean, obviously it works because it worked for him. And my daughter, she even started putting it in her headphones. So now she's listening to it, and she brought her grade up from a C to a B just listening to it. So people, if you have children at home, take my advice, put on Beethoven. They might not like it. You don't even have to blast it. That's the thing about 432. You don't have to blast it. You don't have to put it loud. Just put it at a soft, mellow.
It doesn't even have to be Beethoven. It could be
Mozart,
Baroque classical music.
Yeah, any type of music like that. I just chose Beethoven. So I put that on and real softly, and it made a 360 difference. I'm telling you, I'm a true believer. But yeah, that's just my little experiment that I did. I wanted to share with y'all.
Well, sounds good.
Yep.
See if it works in the long.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll keep y'all updated on if it's a long term thing. All right, you ready to get into this entertainment news? We got a good show for y'all today.
What's up with the weather though?
Well, it's a hurricane out there. Well, it's two.
I've been hearing some strange things from
I think they're tropical storms right now. Huh?
I've been hearing some strange things about California.
Well, California got the brush fires, and then something even more odd, it flooded over in Washington. You wouldn't think of Washington, flooding, but apparently I forget the road or the highway that is in Washington, but it's completely flooded to where they had to go and rescue people. So, I hope everybody is safe over there. But yeah, it is definitely something going on with the weather.
Do you think this is the end of the world?
Not in the sense that, you have these doomsday preppers. Not in the way they say it, but I think we're in the end times. Yeah, definitely.
Jesus did say these things will be happening, right?
Yeah, but those doomsday preppers, they think the world is gonna blow up, or they go off into the left field a lot. I'm not gonna say nobody is lying, because if you believe something, you believe it. I'm just saying I believe we're in the last days, not just the way they say it.
Well, a lot of people think that. I mean, hey, you can't deny the things that you're seeing. A lot of scary things and weird things going on right now.
Yes, and I believe it's only gonna get scarier and more weird, because especially if you believe in the Bible, those Bible prophecies are coming to fruition. So yeah, you just gotta get right.
Let's not talk about doom and gloom.
No, we don't want to focus on that.
Let's get into the show.
Well, we do have some to start off the show. We do have some pretty good news. The last couple of shows we had to start off with, a little bit of gloom. But this show, we're going to start off with on a good, positive note. So congratulations are in order to Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert.
Shumpert.
Okay, Shumpert. Anyways, they just welcomed their second child, a baby girl named Rue Rose. She's the second addition to the family. She, like her big sister Junie, was born in the bathroom. Junie, if you guys don't know, that's their firstborn daughter, and she was born unexpectedly in the bathroom, and her dad and her mom was the only ones there, and her dad delivered her. Well, they thought they would do it again, but this time planned. So yeah, they delivered their baby girl, their second baby girl, at home in the bathroom. And surprisingly, Erykah Badu was the one who delivered baby Rue Rose. So yeah, she's a doula, Erykah Badu.
That is the last person I would want around while I'm having a kid.
Why? What's wrong with Erykah?
That lady is extremely weird looking.
So just because she's weird looking, that doesn't make her
I don't know.
unqualified.
I just wouldn't want her around while I'm having a kid. I wouldn't want my kid.
Listen,
I
I think we need more black doulas
I wouldn't
and
want her.
midwives.
I wouldn't want her to be my kid's first memory.
I don't think she's eccentric. She's
That kid would
eccentric.
have nightmares for the rest of his life. Not saying that she's ugly. I'm just she's
eccentric.
She's
That's
a
what
weird
you call
cookie.
her. You know, but I think we need more black doulas and black midwives. I was even thinking about going into that area, because yeah, I mean that's a whole other topic about black women dying in the healthcare field when they're giving birth. So yeah, I definitely am for it. So big ups to Tiana for doing a home birth, no medicine, no nothing. And might I say, she already done snapped back. So yeah. And her husband was trying to appreciate her immediate snapback with no stretch marks. And of course, you know, because we as a society get so butthurt over everything, they forced the man to get on, you know, his social media and apologize, because so many people took offense to him saying his wife already a couple days after giving birth doesn't have one stretch mark. So, yeah, that's the society we live in. Really. Yep. People get so butthurt over the most stupidest things, like he can't even appreciate his wife.
Nah. Have some balls, dude.
Ooh.
Don't. I'm on.
What? He can't appreciate his
No,
wife?
what I'm saying is, why do you have to apologize
Because,
for
you
appreciating
know.
your wife? Have some balls, man.
Yeah, I wish I wish more of these celebrities would stop giving in to the court of the public opinion, because, you know, people are going to always have an opinion. People are always going to get, you know, offended by something. You just can't worry about that. Say what you got to say. Mean what you say. He said what he said. His wife ain't had no stretch marks. What y'all mad for?
Okay, and maybe she worked for that. Okay. To all the women that want to eat, just sit up and eat ho-hos and
Now wait a
fatbacks
minute
and
now.
hog mogs and.
How you know she didn't eat all that while she was pregnant?
I'm not saying she didn't.
She may just be one
She
of
may
those
have
people.
did do that when she's pregnant. I'm talking about. It's apparently she worked out.
Well, I mean, she was very physically fit before she was pregnant. So people
But
who
we
are
all know having a baby it does something drastic to the body.
yeah, but the more
It makes the body change.
the more active you are during pregnancy, and the level of fitness you were
and
at.
Some women choose to just sit on the couch and
True.
eat ho-hos and
But that's your right. You carrying
hamburgers
another
and,
life, so
hot dogs and
that's
ice
your
cream.
right.
Okay, but it's also the right to listen. You have choices. Okay, you could do either one. But when somebody wants to, a man wants to appreciate his wife for that, why can't he?
I guess people was feeling like, hey, he was, you know, taking a shot at women who do have stretch marks, and
What
not
the heck?
every. I think it's because it's so much. When you look at Instagram and you look at social media and you see these celebrities and they automatically bounce back, but their bounce back is not natural. They run to the surgeons and they get surgery to make their bodies go back to the way it was. I guess it messes with some people mental, you know, especially women who may have just had a baby and their body is not snapping back like that. So I mean, I could see both sides, but it's nothing to get offended about. Like, definitely nothing to get offended about. But clearly, like I said, but he apologized. He said he didn't mean it that way. He wasn't taking a shot at women with stretch marks. He was just amazed that his wife did not have any. So, yeah. But anyway.
He needs some milk. Bruh.
Okay.
That nigga needs some milk.
Maybe he does. She got enough right about now.
Oh man, grow up here, man.
Anyways, moving on. Next up we got Joe Budden. Jeez, you guys, this is a little bit of a weird one. Well, half of it is weird. Some of it we already knew this was the type of person, but let me just give y'all a real quick backstory. A couple weeks ago, Joe, he announced that he was ending his exclusive deal, or what is it, streaming, his exclusive streaming with Spotify. So for 2 years he only posted his podcast, or he only streamed his podcast on Spotify. So he had some deal with them to only put it there. So recently he took to his podcast and he announced that he was ending that deal with them. Some people are saying it's because of the another podcast that Spotify has made a deal with called The Ringer, which is a sports podcast, and they're apparently or reportedly worth $200 million.
Jesus Christ.
200 million. Yeah. So maybe
200 million.
Yeah.
Smackers.
Yeah. Yep. So, a lot of people are thinking it's because of that, is the reason why he's ending his deal. But he did say that, Spotify.
Is Joe Budden's hating?
Could be.
I think Joe Budden's a little bit of a hater.
Well, this is what he said. He said they were pillaging his audience and undermining him and undervaluing him. So that's why I think a lot of people think it has something to do with that new deal they made with The Ringer. His deal must not be nowhere near 200 million because homeboy got issues with that. I mean, you gotta weigh all the statistics. Maybe they have more viewers, listeners.
I think anything Joe Budden's do, he gonna find a way to sabotage it.
Yeah, he's definitely I agree.
Sabotager. That's how he's been through his career. If you look at when he was with Complex, he found
he sabotages his relationships, everything.
He found a reason to get out of his when he was with Complex. What was that the show called
Love and Hip Hop?
No. The show he had.
I don't know.
Complex. Everyday Truth or something.
I don't know.
Academics. He was with. He had a show with Academics.
Yeah, I don't know the name though.
Anyways, he found a way to get out of that. This dude, I think he's a self-sabotager.
He could be, but Spotify, they haven't been silent on it. They responded in a statement saying it was our desire to keep Joe Budden on Spotify. They said we made him a considerable offer, one that was significantly larger and many times the value of the existing agreement and reflective of the current market and size of his audience. Unfortunately, we could not come to terms, and we respect his wishes to find a new home for his show. So basically they were saying the size of his audience and the market, that's what they offer him. So apparently if they offered The Ringer 200 million, the size of their audience must be worth 200 million.
Let's just look. What is it? How much circulation does the Ringer podcast get?
I don't know. I never even listened to the show.
Okay, this seems to be like a theme with these big companies. Like, wasn't about a year ago they did Netflix did that, said the same thing with Monique when she was comparing herself to Amy Schumer. She was trying to get those type of numbers, but they said her audience didn't add up. I'm saying just because I mean, we all think like we are like the best thing since sliced bread. But
Right.
if your numbers don't add up, then why would they pay you for that?
Exactly. Like you want that money, you got to bring in that type of, revenue for them to offer you that. So whatever the case may be, he decided to move on. But oddly enough, since his announcement that he is departing from Spotify, there's been some weird things going on. He's been in the news lately, and not for anything good. So first up, his ex Tahiri, she did a interview. Tahiri Jose, if you don't know, she came out with allegations of abuse. She opened up in an interview with Hollywood Unlocked about the abuse she received from him. She claims that he broke her ribs, he broke her nose, and he threw her down a flight of stairs. Oddly enough, which is odd to me, is that after all of these alleged incidents, she kept in contact with him and she had a friendship with him. She even called him on the interview. She called him a bully, but she said she didn't know what else to do. I don't know. Clearly it wasn't that bad, because if somebody do all that to me,
you gotta understand what business they're in, how they make their money.
Yeah, I guess he's
the one with the more fame. He has a platform, right?
Yeah.
They don't have a platform. They just make their money off of
I believe they have to stay relevant somehow.
Appearances and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, this is nothing new with him, because before any of the sudden fame that Joe Budden had, with the podcasting and all that, there was a woman named Esther Baxter who said the same thing. He beat her up.
So he has a history.
So probably if there's smoke, there's fire.
He has an extensive history of drug abuse too. So it's no surprise, and I do believe her, because he did come out with a statement and he said that their relationship was very toxic and they abused each other. So he didn't deny ever, doing all this stuff to her. He just said that, they both, abuse each other, basically. So, hey, where there's smoke, there's fire. He didn't deny it. So I'm going to take it as he's admitting to it, but he's also saying that she kind of put me in a mind. I can't see her just cowering down like a scared little puppy. I can't see her like that. So she probably did fight back. I sure would have. Ain't finna be breaking my nose and ribs. But anyways, that wasn't the only thing that came out. So there is a leaked audio of his other ex, which is also his son's mother, Sin Santana. They broke up about a year ago or so. They have a son together, but there is an audio that was leaked that revealed a conversation with Joe and Sin. And in the conversation, she said something about, or she alleged that he chased and dragged her down. He denied in the conversation on the leaked audio, he denied it even happening. Like, he was confused at why she was even bringing that up. He came out after the leaked video. He said she was trying to build a case against him. It didn't work, blase. She took to her live and she basically said, everybody just mind your business. She wasn't really going into details. She just said the mental health of her family, her son's father is the most important. Her mental health, her family mental health, everybody's mental health is very important, because she did, if you don't know, one of her older brothers did commit suicide. So she went into how mental health was so important to her. So she's not going to talk about it. So yeah. He said he ain't do it. She don't want to talk about it. So on that one, I guess we just gonna have to. I guess you're gonna have to decide for yourself if it's true or not.
She get a big.
Really, nigga?
Why would you? Why? Okay, this is supposed to be an elite conversation.
Right.
Elite conversation. So
that was leaked by a trusted friend.
This is what they always say. Somebody else leaked. They always say that.
Somebody close to me that I trusted.
Why would you send a leaked phone call to your friend?
Yeah, how did they get it? How did they get
why would
this
you be
audio?
Why would you be like?
Listen, I always eyebrow raise anytime I hear a celebrity say, "Oh, a video was leaked," because you know how these celebrities say, "Oh, this celebrity their sex tape was leaked." Who got it? How did they get it? Who did you send it to?
That's all a lie. Nothing just leaked.
Yeah, I don't believe it either.
Because if it's on the internet, I mean, if it's on if this being distributed through a major company, you have to sign off on it. So how is it just leaked?
Yeah. I don't believe it either. I don't believe it was just leaked because it's just too many questions behind that. She did say he was a great father, though. She did say he was a great, wonderful father. And that's pretty much all she said other than mind your business.
It's all theatrics.
But you know, I don't understand. I get it.
They put the information out. And once people get on it,
it's mind your business.
Yeah.
But these people go on television. They both Joe and Sin and Tahiri, all of them were on Love and Hip Hop. All three of them appeared on Love and Hip Hop. This is a show that airs all your business. You're on the show. You're getting a check. Mona Scott is paying you a check to basically air all your dirty business, all your drama.
So she was in a bathtub with a woman, and she'll be forever seen. This will be be seen on TV or in the minds of people. And you want us to mind our business.
Right. You was in the most intimate position with another female, but you want people to mind their business about this.
Sure, lady.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what I don't get. Yes, they are entitled to a level of privacy, yes. But I feel like when you put yourself out there, especially on a show like Love and Hip Hop, you kind of...
They can have the privacy.
Yeah, they can.
Listen.
But they choose money over a private life.
Let's not get it twisted. These people are not uber super famous like Michael Jackson was. He couldn't go anywhere in the world and not be noticed. Yeah, I mean, these people can really just disappear off the planet, disappear, and nobody would know.
And their claim to fame is
nobody would care anymore.
Drama. That's why a lot of them leave the show when they don't have any more drama, or when they don't want a part of that drama. When they don't have a storyline anymore, they either get kicked off the show or they leave the show.
This is how these people.
You have to have a storyline.
If they want people to stay out of their business, right?
Stay off Love and Hip Hop.
This is all they do.
That's the first step.
Just disable your Instagram and any social media.
She knows it. She knows that. Cities. She knows
nobody
her relevant.
Would care about you anymore.
Listen, they all know those Love and Hip Hop, all those reality stars that really don't have a talent. They really don't have a talent, and they really don't have anything else to stand. Some of them have moved on and started businesses and stuff. They use that as a stepping stone. Don't
ever leave. You can't forget how you got in the game.
Right. But they know this is what keeps them relevant. Their business, their drama.
The Kardashians is the prototype for this.
Mm-hmm. But see the Kardashians, when they leave, which by the way, they just announced that their last season is going to air next year, so they're finally hanging up the towel after so many seasons, which. Honestly, I only watched one season, and I didn't even watch all of it because it was just not my cup of tea.
Who's watching that show?
Apparently, a lot of people, because they still going strong. Ryan Seacrest sure made some millions off of that. They did too. I mean, they built
some millions. This man made hundreds of millions.
Well, yeah, some 100. What's the difference? But they did too.
There's a big difference. Some and hundreds of millions of dollars.
Well,
some is one or two.
I'll be,
hundreds
more.
Is 100 or 200 million.
Okay, so he made hundreds of millions of dollars off of them. But everybody got paid. Everybody got broke off. That was the stepping stone to their empire. Well, Kim and Ray J actually started it, but after that, the show is what gave it a push. That's how the world was introduced to Kylie. If that show was never around, we probably wouldn't even know who Kylie was. We would probably know who she was, but she probably wouldn't be as big, like, you know. So the difference between them and a Love and Hip Hop star is they actually, when they leave that show, they have an empire behind them.
There's another thing I wanted to touch on. All these new billionaires, like, apparently Kylie is a billionaire, and Kanye is like a 6-time billionaire, and now Tyler Perry is a billionaire. I don't know if these numbers are being inflated. If they got hip to the game and they could just inflate numbers, like, because you can say anything, like,
it's usually Forbes.
It's not illegal to claim your something. You got to understand the name of the game. Like, I mean,
well, you know, Kanye did come out because Forbes said he was worth, I think, $1 billion, and Kanye came back and said, no, it's not $1 billion, it's more than that. So
he said it was $6 billion.
Yeah, so he actually said he was worth more than what Forbes was saying, which I don't even know. I guess Forbes just, you know, take a basic estimate of your business, what your business is worth and what it's bringing in, and that's how they figure it out. I don't know, but
if you don't have $1 billion sitting in your account, what's so big about being known as a billionaire?
I mean,
if you don't have
that title, comes with a lot.
In your account,
that title comes with a lot.
Let's get it straight.
In this world, come on now, you know money talks.
If you're a billionaire, I'm talking about if you just have maybe one, they say your net worth is $1 billion. You don't have $1 billion just sitting in an account somewhere ready to be spent.
That's why they call it net worth.
It's accumulation of everything, everything that's of value to you.
Yeah, that's true. But let's get back on Joe so we can finish out his weird, I don't know if it's a smear campaign. I don't know what it is. You guys decide if it's a smear campaign or is it just he's just having a spot of karma. I don't know. But anyways, in the last part, and this is where it gets weird. So apparently it's not apparently because it is real. You can go look it up. There's another audio that has surfaced of Joe on his own podcast, and he's talking to some other people. I don't know who those people are. I apologize. I don't know who they are, but
their name is Rory and what is the guy name?
Yeah, I just said I don't know who they are.
They're the people on this show.
Don't know who they are. But anyways, they're not important. But he was talking to them, and while he was talking to them, he said that he plays with his dog's privates to make them feel good.
This nigga gay.
Yeah. And he even said, you know, he was asking the other guy, you know, do he do that to his dog? And the other guy was like, no, definitely not. And he was saying, you're not a dog lover. You're not a dog lover if you don't, you know, fool around with your dog's privates to make them feel good. Like, it's bad enough that you are, you know, you may be still possibly a drug addict. I don't know.
So you think he's getting high and playing with his dog?
Man, you gotta be on. I mean, wait, or are you just sick? You're just sick, or you're high on something.
Is these male or female dogs?
I don't know. They didn't say what the sex of his dogs was, but he did. He said this out his own mouth that he does this, which makes it even more strange because there is a document that is floating around the internet that may or may not be true. So this is an alleged document that's floating around. Apparently, it's a court document that Sin file that someone got a hold of, and in the document, she talks about the abuse that she endured. She talks about the drug use of him, or his drug abuse problem, and she says in the document that he masturbates his dogs.
This nigga gay.
So yeah, like when you say that out your mouth, y'all be the judge. Was he playing? Was he playing around, or was he being serious? I don't know, but I wouldn't even play around with nothing like that. Like, who plays around like that? Who says stuff like?
What a creepy dude.
I just know I have nothing else to say about Joe, because
he has this weird like monotone voice. Like, he's just like, this dude. He's like.
But you know what?
He teeters on like the.
You know what's funny? He was on that
personality of like a serial killer.
He was on another reality show, and I don't remember the reality show he was on. And it was like, I guess it was a transgender on that show. And when she said that she was a transgender, like, it's all over the internet. Like, people done made memes out of it and everything. Like, his face was so like disgusted and surprised. So it's just funny now that his dirty laundry is being aired out, and I think the world and Black Twitter done had their field day with him. And of course, one person said that, if y'all ain't gonna cancel him, the white people finna come and cancel him, because they don't play about their animals. So
he did what to Scruffy?
And let me just say that is animal abuse. It is illegal. It is illegal, and it's a form of animal abuse if he is doing this.
They gonna hang Joe for that.
Look what they did to Mike. What's his name? Vic. What's his name?
Michael Vick.
Yeah, Michael Vick. Look, they still trying to get this man head on the stake.
You don't mess with dogs and white people.
It's been years, and this man done apologize after apologize. He done paid his dues to society, and they still won't let it go. They still won't let it go. So yes, they coming for you, Joe. So
if there is any truth to that,
if it's some truth to it, but he did say it out his mouth. Now that's the thing about it. He said it out his mouth, and he did not say, I'm just joking. He didn't say that. So he didn't say he was joking. It was, they were joking around in a joking, their body language, and the conversation was a light, conversation. He wasn't like sitting down confessing his sins. But hey, who knows? People are sick these days. I don't know.
He do pull some bad ones though. I ain't gonna lie about that. He got a cast of bad ones. Never seen
bad ones that he beat up.
Well, they keep coming. Hey, he must like it.
Jesus Lord. Anyways, I
think he missed his calling. He could have been a pimp, like
Lord.
Pimpin' Joe.
No. He probably would have been worse. But yeah, let's move. But anyways, like I said, if it's true, it's true. If it's not, you guys make up your own mind if you think it's true or not. You can go on the internet and you can actually see the interview or the podcast where he was actually saying this, and you decide for yourself if he was, joking or telling the truth. I don't know. It's just very weird. So yeah, moving on. So once again, we're back on. Before we go into and I tell you guys about the next one, I do want to just put this scenario out. So just imagine, let's just say, ladies, if you're a woman who house just got broken in by somebody, that person came in your house, sexually assaulted you, stole your car keys and your credit card. You filed charges on this person. The next day's charges were filed and a warrant was put out. Guys, just think about if it was your mom or your sister or your daughter or your whoever woman is in your family that's close to you. Just put that scenario in your head before we go into this next topic. So of course, this next topic, that scenario leads us into our next topic of Jacob Blake. So there was some recent tweets on Twitter about, from this woman who claimed that she was the aunt of Jacob Blake's victim. And Feezy, you called it last week. You said, we don't really know who this man is. We don't know what type of life he lived before all of this, but we're supporting him and, all that. So, which, hey, it's true. It's true, because I myself, I knew he went to first appearance. We talked about that last week, about how he went to first appearance, and I just couldn't believe that they made the man go to first appearance in his hospital bed. But I didn't do my due diligence and research why he was actually at first appearance. I knew it was about some warrants. I just didn't know for what. So apparently there's this woman. She came out with some tweets about being the aunt of the victim. So the first tweet, she says, I hope you never have a family member that is raped and abused and have to sit back and watch the NBA teams and basically the world demand justice for their rapists. She also stated how he is being hailed as a hero when he's not. So there is a few facts surrounding this whole case. One,
why are they so quick to label someone a hero for doing absolutely nothing?
I mean, I guess they're saying he's. I can't even give you an answer to that.
Did those words really come out about him? He's a hero.
Well, people are hailing him as a hero, just like they are hailing George Floyd as a hero. I really don't understand. Like, I could see how you could, have sympathy and all that stuff for people, but hero, like, do the definition of a hero change? I don't know. But anyways,
a hero is supposedly someone that saves people, helps them.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But apparently the definition for hero has changed. I don't know. But there is some facts and there is some things that are false about this.
Hero, in this, if they called him a hero, what did he do heroic?
I don't know what he did heroic, but that's what they're basically hailing him as, a hero. Now, I do have to say, to be fair, because we are, like, we always say we are the God honest truth, so we speak the truth. I don't want to leave out anything to make anybody, make it seem like we're one-sided on any behalf of the spectrum. So the tweets have been linked to a fake account. So I don't know who's running that account. Some people say it's some white man that's probably running it, but those tweets are fake.
Could it be a black man?
It could be a black man.
Could it be a Chinese man?
They don't know. They don't know who was running it.
Could it be a Spanish woman?
They did pull up past tweets of this person calling themselves a man, and apparently they are, of course, Trump supporter. A Trump supporter, of course. You got to throw that in there.
But what does this situation have to do with Trump at all?
It doesn't have any. Well, I guess people think because he's the president, he should say something about it, but he hasn't.
This is the thing, right? People suffer from a short-term memory. Mm-hmm. There was record black men getting murdered by the cops, under Obama. So what is the difference?
I don't know.
Police have been killing people for years.
Yep. They have.
So I don't understand, what does this have to do with Trump? I think it's
I mean, yeah, of course they're gonna put Trump into anything negative because that's what they want to do. They want to paint this picture that he doesn't care. Oddly enough, well, we'll get into that in a minute. I do want to just tell everybody what his actual charges was, because like I said, I didn't even know these were his charges. I thought they were related to something else, but if you did know, then you knew. But his charges are he's being charged with 3rd-degree sexual assault, criminal trespass, and disorderly conduct. He did plead not guilty to all of the charges during his first appearance in court that we talked about last week. So he did plead not guilty. But all these charges and everything, they stem back to May 3rd. It was a May 3rd incident in Kenosha County. A woman Blake knew, so this is someone he knew, told police he came into her house about 6 a.m., sexually assaulted her, and then took a debit card and her car keys before fleeing in her vehicle, according to the criminal complaint. A lot of people were trying to say that his sexual charges or assault charges were for a minor, which is not true. Like I said, we want to give the truth. They're not true. This woman was an adult. Doesn't make it any better, but she was an adult. She was not a child. That's why I gave the scenario. That's why I gave it, because, and I know people are probably going to come out and say, oh, she's clout chasing. She's just now saying this. They paid her. No. All you have to do is go, and you can easily debunk that right there, because this happened May 3rd. The next day, charges were filed. So May 4th. This is months and months before he was shot by the Kenosha police. So no, whoever this woman is who filed these charges, no, she's not doing it for clout. No, nobody paid her to do this. These are real charges that were filed, and that's why he had warrants for his arrest. So that's why I gave that scenario at the beginning, because I'm trying to just put that picture in your mind. If it was you, ladies or guys, if it was a woman in your family that you know and love, if they were sexually assaulted by someone, and then a couple months later you don't see this person in jail, you see this person getting all this money, getting all this praise and all this stuff, how would you feel? Regardless if the tweets were real or not, it's true. Like, how would you feel? So we just got to be careful who we support, and we just can't be supporting everybody blind with blindfolders on. So
hopefully the truth come out.
Yeah, hopefully it does. Whichever way it goes. All right, so on to the next subject. The new Golden Girls. So if you guys haven't heard, the actresses Tracee Ellis Ross, Regina King, Alfre Woodard, and Sanaa Lathan, all who are wonderful actresses, they joined forces.
Wait, what did you say?
They're all good, wonderful actresses. Regina King, Alfre Woodard, Sanaa Lathan. You disagree?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Well, let me finish. So they joined forces Tuesday for a live.
What great role have they ever been in?
They got lots of movies.
I said, what great role? It seems like all they do is play the same role.
Alfre Woodard?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just let
I don't really have
Regina King.
I'm not gonna say Alfre Woodard.
Regina King.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna just say go do your research on Regina King and Alfre Woodard.
I know. She was in 227 when she was a kid.
She's been in the game for years.
Then she was in, what was her next role after that? Was it relevant role? I'm talking about relevant role.
She was
Friday?
in I'm not sure.
And she was in Friday 1. She played Dana. Then she was in, what other role? She was in, was that Enemy of the State with Will Smith?
She's in a current show, Watchmen. She's in a current I mean, well, like you said, 227. She was in Boys in the Hood, Poetic Justice, Miss Congeniality 2, Southland, A Cinderella Story, Jerry Maguire.
She was also in that movie with
If Bill
Chris
Street
Rock.
could talk.
She was in that movie with Chris Rock.
I mean, her she got a list of things she's done. Enemy of the State. She was in. Oh, she was really good in that movie.
That's what I was just saying. The one with Will Smith, Enemy of the State.
Yeah, she was in Enemy of the State. Of course, Friday This Christmas. Daddy Daycare. She was. I mean, those are just some of the many movies and television shows.
I didn't say she was not in a lot of movies. I just said she never had like a really great role.
I think all her roles been great.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it's to each his own. I mean, hey, if you don't think she's been in any good roles, then that's your opinion. But
none of these women are probably like leading ladies in movies.
They definitely could be and should be if they haven't been.
I don't think they
Yes,
have.
huh? Alfre Woodard was the leading woman in Juanita.
Okay, what movie is that?
So you gotta expand your horizon on your movies now. Come on,
Who cares
now.
about that movie?
I mean,
let's say 95% of the people watching this video won't know what the heck that movie is. Or
it was a good movie. I mean, I think it was a good movie.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
She was really, I don't know. I was just watching this today. She was in Holiday Heart. You know what's funny when Holiday Heart, when his hands were shaking? That's the most funniest part of that movie. I don't know why, but
What's
that
up
was
with Vin Rames?
What do you mean?
I think he's. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why they chose him for that role, cause yeah. But anyways, we all the way off track about the Golden Girls. So anyways, those actresses, they joined forces in this their first live Zoom. It happened this past Tuesday. They did sit down for a live table read of the Golden Girls as part of a new thing that they're doing called Zoom Where It Happens. This is a new series launched by Black women in Hollywood that is encouraging Americans to vote in the upcoming presidential election. Of course, everything has got a political tone to it these days. So, yeah.
What about that show?
What about it?
The Golden Girls?
Oh, so the first table read that they did was a take on the 1986 episode entitled The Flute, which I am a huge Golden Girl fan. I've seen every episode probably 5 times over, and I remember that episode distinctly. That is actually one of my favorite episodes. Yeah, that's the episode that they did the table read. So I don't think it's an actual show that they're not actually recreating the whole show with production and everything. I'm not sure if that's what they're going to move into, but right now they're just doing table reads. So what is, I guess that's supposed to encourage people to vote. Yeah, but
yeah, nobody wants to see that.
All I have to say about that is leave the classics alone. Please leave the classics alone. Like Golden Girls, Martin, Fresh Prince, leave them alone. Don't try to recreate them, please. You can't do it. You just can't.
All the reboots they had has been terrible. Even Roseanne. I mean, I liked the Roseanne.
And then they kicked her off the show.
But the reboot was totally
How
stupid.
do you kick? Yeah, I never understood that. How do you kick Roseanne off the show when the whole show was centered around Roseanne? Now it's just dumb. Nobody wants to see them other people.
It's not even on anymore.
The Connors?
Yeah.
Oh, well, good. I mean, that's no surprise.
Where did she go? Where did she go?
I don't know. They kicked her off.
Did they kill her off in the show? Or?
I don't know. I forgot. I think she went to visit somebody or take care of somebody. I'm not sure. But anyways, they kicked her off, and yeah, you can't kick the main character off the show and then just try to do a spinoff. Like, people ain't gonna notice she ain't there. Like, well, it worked for Fresh Prince, but she wasn't the main character. The old Aunt Viv, first Aunt Viv.
Actually, they have a 30-year anniversary coming up, and
the original Aunt Viv
is going to be back because the substitute Aunt Viv passed away.
She did?
Yep.
She was in the picture?
She passed away.
When?
A while ago. She
was just in the 30th anniversary picture. That was
not the 30th anniversary. They did another. About a year ago. They did a reunion. Will Smith wasn't in that one, but they did about a year ago. Since then, she has passed. We all know Uncle Phil. Yeah, he. It's definitely not gonna be the same without him. I think his name was James Avery. Mm-hmm. Yep. He passed. But the thing is, the surprising thing I did see, Nicky, the little boy that they had, he's gonna be hosting the show. He's a grown man now. Yeah. 30 years? Yeah. He was on the show. Well, he wasn't on for the whole 30 years, but I mean, it's been 30 years. They didn't tape the show for 30 years. It's been 30 years since the episode 1 to now. I know. I'm trying to see if the all right. I just can't believe she died. Yeah. What's the next topic? Okay, moving on. All right, so the next topic, here's another crazy one. So this one involves Chief Keef, baby mother, and OBJ, better known as Odell Beckham Jr. So Chief Keef and Chief Keef baby mama, well, I guess you can say he's trending too because that's his baby mama, Odell Beckham Jr. and his baby mama, who goes by the name of Slim Danger. They're all trending, and it's all because Slim Danger, she went on this podcast. What is the name of the podcast? No Jumper. Yeah, so it's just a podcast of a bunch of thoughts, talking about thought stuff. No. It has a separate called Thoughts Next Door, but the main platform is called No Jumper. Okay, well, she was on the one that's called The Thoughts. But nobody's gonna know the Thoughts Next Door because it's fairly new. It's the No Jumper podcast. Well, whatever. Still a bunch of thoughts talking about thought stuff. Anyways, so yeah, she was on there. She was giving an interview. They asked her about well, she said she was gonna tell them a story about her alleged encounter with OBJ. She said she was going to tell them a story. She started the story off by saying that OBJ, he loves to be defecated on. Yeah, you heard me right. Oh boy, couldn't get any weirder. Okay, so she said that was her first time ever. They asked her if she actually did that. Did she actually poop on him? And she said that she couldn't do it. She explained that she couldn't do it because I guess he put her on the spot. She said she's wild and she does some freaky stuff, but apparently that was a little bit too freaky for her. The story gets even, stranger from there. She said that the whole thing started when they were talking on social media. She claims he asked her to come on a plane to fly out to see him. She says he made some requests though before he got this private jet for her. He asked her to not wear any undergarments. And to make sure she didn't shower for 24 hours. What a freak. Yeah.
That's not it. That's not the end of his request. So he also apparently requested that she filmed herself taking a poop on video and to send it to him. She said she couldn't do that either. She said it took her a whole video. She sent it to him. She tried to make it as sexy as possible, but how can you make pooping sexy? I don't know. But she said nonetheless she had a good time with him, but unfortunately she wasn't asked back for a second round because she did not perform what he wanted her to perform as far as the pooping on him and all that other stuff. So talk about fetish.
Yeah.
Whew, Lord.
What a freak.
I don't know if that's even, you can even categorize that as a freak.
What is that aroma? Oh,
I can't listen to this.
I love it.
I can't.
Oh, God, I love it. Did you eat pork last night?
Please stop. Please.
Oh, I love it.
I'm so sorry, y'all.
Yes, I love it. Yes, right there. Right there. There it is.
Okay. So enough of that. Enough of that. We get the hint. We get the picture. We get the picture.
Did you eat?
That's disgusting.
Did you eat greens? Oh, I love that smell. What was it? Was it broccoli?
Oh my God. That's disgusting. We get the picture. Okay. So yeah, I mean, hey, everybody got their own fetish. His is a little, it's a little bit off. What was that?
Yes.
All I can say about him is, how you request somebody to not take a shower for 20? So you like funky women that poop on you. Basically, that's what he likes. And he's in a relationship. He's in a relationship with her now, and she's an Instagram model. I think she did a lot of like modeling for like Fashion Nova. She's actually very pretty.
Does she have a big butt?
I don't know. I ain't looked at the butt, but she's very pretty. And which makes me think, like, if you didn't ask Slim Danger back because she didn't do it, but you're in a relationship with this girl, so she must be pooping on you. And she must be funky. Because that's what you like.
Probably is.
Ugh. Hey, whatever floats your boat, brother.
Hey, so all the guys that's fetishizing over these Instagram models, shaking that thing, we don't know what that smells like on the other side.
You know, like she gotta be into, like, wait a minute, because hey, I mean, I guess people do worse things for money.
Listen,
so like I said, money talks. And money will make you do anything for some people.
To these cloud chasers, if Odell Beckham wants you to come over his house and stand on a handstand while he slap you with meat, you're doing it.
What?
I don't care how weird, freaky it is. They doing it. That's the name of the game. That is the name of the game.
Yeah, I guess, like I said, people do some strange things for a little bit of change and a little bit of clout. Because I think the clout go much. I think they want the clout more than they want the money.
This is era where whoever you're dating, if you're dating a major star, then automatically you become famous too. Yeah,
as I said, I think the clout is more of a value to them than just buying them a couple bags and purses and, plane tickets. So yeah, I mean, like I said, whatever floats your boat, OBJ, but you nasty.
That's not the weirdest thing. She said he came with a whole kit.
Wait a minute, I didn't see that. A kit for what?
Clean up kit. Had peroxide. So apparently he's eating it too.
Oh no. See, that's the no. That's on a whole nother level. What?
She said, this
That's
is
first of all, that can kill you.
She said she had a peroxide.
I don't think he eating it.
What did he need a peroxide for?
Maybe to sterilize.
Really, peroxide immediately kills.
Man, if this man is eating poop, then he needs to be locked away into a mental hospital for real. Like, somebody, whoever his family is, whoever his team is, get that man some help, because it's nothing normal, nothing freaky, nothing. You can't even say that's a fetish. That is pure mental illness. To eat human feces, that's a mental illness. That no.
Hey, but that's a real thing. That's a real thing.
Yeah, I don't even want to know about it, because that's just making me want to just puke. That's horrible. Like, listen, I've heard of people like get peed on.
Listen, if that's a thing, right?
But
if that's a thing, that is a thing.
Of course, it's a thing. I know it's a thing.
That's a thing. So why?
But eating, I've never heard of people eating poop.
Oh yeah.
I've heard of people getting pooped on.
That's a thing.
I've heard of that.
That's a thing.
But I've never heard of people eating no poop. That's on the next level of another.
So
that's a mental illness. That's not no fetish. That's a mental illness.
If people are into that, why when you think the celebrities, some of the celebrities, they probably the ones that's into it the most.
I can't. You yuck mouth. Who would even kiss him?
I bet you can smell his as soon as
Oh my God. I hope that kit included some Listerine.
Hey, that's what she said. She said he has a whole kit.
He needs something stronger than some Listerine, because
that's why he has the peroxide. Because peroxide kills whatever immediately.
Listen, I'm done with that situation. That's making me a little woozy in the stomach. I can't even think about it. So let's move on. So give Odell Beckham his final his final call. Give it to him right now before we move on. That one was for you, OBJ. Hope you enjoyed it.
Hope your mouth was open.
Okay, so moving on. Trump, like we said, we're going to see him in the news a lot more. We're getting closer to election. But this time, he's not in there for nothing bad. But, I'll leave that to your judgment. You may think it's bad, but if you are a supporter of Trump, you're not going to think this is bad. So, just weeks after helping to broker peace between Israel and the United Arab Emirates, President Trump has been now nominated for the 2021 Nobel Peace Prize. Where's the applause?
Nobel Peace Prize.
The Nobel Peace Prize. He's been nominated.
Thank you.
And the one who submitted the nomination for Trump is he goes by the name of Christian, and I don't know his last name, but I'll give his other name. It's Christian Tybring. He is a member of the Norwegian Parliament. He lauded Trump for his efforts towards resolving protracted conflicts worldwide. So yeah, Trump may be the next Nobel Peace Prize winner.
Wow.
Obama was. So
and what
maybe
exactly
he has a chance.
What exactly did Obama do to win the Nobel Peace Prize?
I'm not sure. Just like I'm not sure about a lot of things in this world that happens, but maybe
nothing.
I got nothing.
Nothing. Like the 8 years he was in office, he did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be a lot of.
I'm just telling.
It's gonna be a lot of mad people if Trump wins this.
No disrespect.
Honestly, I mean, do you think Trump deserves that?
You asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
I think he deserves a lot.
You do?
I'm just speaking objectively.
I mean,
Because
listen, Trump has,
if you look
like
at
the man or not,
if you don't listen to what people are saying in the media, and you actually look at what he actually done, okay.
which I had to, like I've said this before, and I even said this on Facebook. I used to be one of those people who used to hate Trump, and it wasn't until, I did my research on the guy. Like I've always said, Trump is the type of person, he's not groomed. I'll just say that. He's not groomed on what to say politically.
Listen, we don't need groom.
We don't need it. That's what I'm saying.
Being groomed.
If you think we need that, then you're crazy.
Means a lot of deception. So when writing a professional speech writer, writing your speeches,
he says what he's one of the, if he said what he said
I'd
was
rather
a person,
someone speak from your mind
it would
what
be
he's
Trump.
actually thinking than going in a room in a think tank and scientifically coming up with things to say that will move.
They have people that write this stuff for them, and it's not genuine. Is nothing that
they actually study but human behavior on words and things to say that will move mass amounts of people emotionally.
That's one of the things I actually like about Trump. Yes, sometimes he says stuff and I even raise an eyebrow like, what did he just say? But I appreciate that, because at least you're getting a real person.
But half of the stuff that they say he said, he didn't say.
Yes, that's true. That's very true.
You can't listen to a soundbite.
No, I be listening to the whole interview, and sometimes I'll be like, I'll be a little bit confused. But again, like I said, he's saying whatever comes to his first thought. That's just who he is. That's just who he is. What you see is what you get. And I'd rather a person show me who they really are than be fake and phony and hide behind scripts and already pre-written speeches. And yeah, we know, can only guess who that type of stuff comes from. But it definitely ain't coming from Trump. But anyways, if he wins, congratulations to him. Hey, he, like him or not, the guy has done a lot. You just have to do your research and find out. It's out there. Okay? So, moving on. So, we're going to call this one 1,000 voters. Why? Because according to reports, 1,000 voters in Georgia, they are now facing possible felony charges for voting twice in Georgia's primary election. AGC News reports that 1,000 Georgia voters returned absentee ballots and then showed up to vote in person. So yeah, these people apparently returned these absentee ballots with their votes on it, and then they showed up in person to vote again.
Because they probably didn't even, the absentee ballots probably was not valid.
I don't know.
The absentee ballots was not probably valid.
Well, regardless if they were valid or not.
Now, you think if 1,000 people really voted already, would they show up and vote again?
I don't know.
See, this is the thing that they're trying to pull off.
People
right?
have done stranger things. It is a felony, though.
Why would they do that when it's never happened ever before?
It could be something behind it. It could be something definitely behind it, and they may even be putting these people on the chopping block, and they may be actually innocent because they want to further the smear campaign on Trump, because of course they're saying this is leading back to Trump telling his supporters to vote twice. Of course, they're going to always try to pin it back on him. Even the Georgia Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, he stated that the voters involved knew exactly what they were doing. And he also said in the press conference, those that make the choice to game the system are breaking the law, and he will not tolerate it.
So 1,000 people conspired together to do that?
Yeah, apparently so. Because... yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yep. So, yeah, and then basically that's what's going on, and he's gonna take legal action against these people. And like I said, it's a felony. So people, if you're going out to vote, make sure you only vote twice, because you don't want to get caught up
You
in
only vote once. You said twice.
I'm sorry. My correction. Scratch that. Because I don't want nobody coming back saying Benita said vote twice. No. Vote once. Because it is a felony to vote twice. So only vote once. Okay?
If you vote.
If you vote. Yeah.
All right, what's next?
All right, so a little bit of more of, in the political lane. Ice Cube, he said that the black agenda is number one for him in the elections. He said in an interview with TMZ that he has a list of demands to help black Americans that he feels needs to be addressed in order to get his votes. And he says both sides of the aisles should at least want to hear what he has got to say. So he has this new thing, I think it's called the Black Contract or something like that. And he has a list of things he wants for the black community.
Why is he the one that stands up and says he knows what's good for black people?
I guess whoever stands up first and says it, right?
Or is he Jesus?
He don't speak for me.
He doesn't speak for me neither.
So I don't know who made him the president of the black community. I mean, I like Cube, but I don't know who made him the spokesperson for black people.
For someone who made hundreds of millions of dollars by perpetuating everything that's wrong with the black community, now you want to step up and say you have the remedy. Really?
Yeah, well, you said it before. They
do
this
now.
Stuff for years. They put out these stereotypes.
What makes this is no disrespect. Well, maybe it is disrespect, but
whenever a person says no disrespect, that means all disrespect.
What makes him the authority on this subject?
Again, like I said, I don't know who made him the spokesperson.
Have he talked to every black man and woman and child in America to get there?
Clearly he hasn't, but I think he's mainly taken the issues that are in the black community.
He has been rich for a very long time. Cube, right? He got famous when he was a teenager.
I mean, he was
NWA.
He was at the bottom at one point, so he can empathize with the poor man.
I know.
He
Cube,
come from the ghetto.
Cube came from a 2-parent household.
Okay, you saying there's no 2-parent households in the ghetto?
He got famous with NWA when he was a teenager.
So he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth.
Not saying that.
Okay, so
but
2-parent, man, you don't remember good times.
There's a difference. There's a big difference from living your whole life with oppression on your back, and then he had some of his life, okay, but he never got to that pivotal point where we talking about adulthood, having to be without having to
having to see his kids struggle. Yeah.
Not knowing if
he don't know that
if there is going to be a future for your children,
right?
Because you don't have the proper means,
Listen, just because you're black don't automatically mean you know what's good for black people. Because if you ain't really lived that life, for a long time, I don't know if you qualified to talk.
Never listen to someone like that.
I mean, I have to actually listen to. I have to actually see. I haven't heard or I haven't read anything about what his long list of things are. But if they are about real black issues in the African American community, then I'm for it.
If he's still,
regardless if he has if he's qualified to talk about it or not, if he's trying to make the black American community stronger,
let's just start with the BS.
What's wrong with that?
Let's start with the BS, right?
I mean, for real, what's wrong with it?
If he's still pleading to the government, then he got it wrong.
But what I'm saying is, what's wrong with him wanting to fix black communities black people, black America. What's wrong with that? If that's what he's actually trying to do, sincerely.
Fixing the black community doesn't come with telling them that you had taken the accountability out of their hands.
Well, again, I haven't seen what his list of demands are.
I guarantee you, all of these activists, these black activists, so-called activists, they take the accountability out of the people's hands. And
they lie. By
saying this, follow me, and I can get you out of this.
No, not even that. They're telling people, vote Democrat, vote for the Democratic Party, and all our problems will be magically solved.
But that's beyond.
That's what they're telling people now.
That's beyond a point.
No, they're actually making it seem like that is the end all of end all. Like they're basically making it seem like, listen, we gotta vote for these particular people to be in office, because when we vote them into office, all our problems are going to go away. All the police killings, all the injustice, all that is just going to magically disappear.
That if they are still coming with the same old crap about one man could get us out of this.
That's what they're saying.
Well,
that's all they're saying.
Listen,
you don't hear what they're saying.
Once you're still on that, you're on a hamster wheel.
Yep. I said this in a previous episode. How many presidents have we had? Tell me which one.
Ice Cube is not going to get us out of this.
I just want to know which one president has actually fixed the real issue. No man is going to get us out of this. None. There's no man who can do it, because
I mean, he probably means well, but just because he has money doesn't mean he's not coming from a place of ignorance. Well, he's coming from a place of ignorance.
To give him the benefit of the doubt, I like I said, I haven't seen his demands yet.
We have to stop this, right? We have to stop this whole thing about, oh, he has money, so he knows better than I do, or he knows better than someone else just because he has money.
Yeah.
Money does not.
That we see
is
that
not
a lot.
Equivalent to intelligence.
Please say it, amen, because that these days, if you got money, if you're popular, then you just know it all. Like, people, I mean, and that's what they know. They know these people with big platforms, which we're going to get into that, a person with a big platform.
That's why
they know.
A person could put on a Rolex. He could go rent a Lamborghini, rent a house for a couple hours, and then do a video talking about how he can help you get this money, all this, and make all this type of money, and you get scammed out of your money because the perception is, oh, he has all these things, he must know something.
Yep. But one of the things I did like that he did say in the interview, he did say that Biden should not think for a second he has the black vote locked up. Because I do think right now they think they have the black vote locked up. I think they got it in the bag. Cube said Trump is still in office and he can roll out some of the things that, he demanded before November. So
I think the Democratic Party pretty much know that they don't have people woken up.
I mean, a lot of people are waking up and they are seeing these things for what they are, but then there is a huge number of people that are still, because I see it in the comments on social media. I see it all the time. I see people, oh, well, it's either or. I'm going to vote for the lesser evil or the lesser racist. What? That makes no sense whatsoever. So you're saying both people are evil, but you're just going to vote for the lesser evil because you think they're better fit. Don't you know you have a choice? Or do you not know you have a choice? I honestly don't know if these people know they have a choice. You do have a choice to not vote for anybody. But yeah. Hey, if you feel like the lesser evil is better suited to run the United States, then do what you feel is right.
Then that apparently will be Trump. If you're gonna vote for the lesser evil,
I don't think Trump is evil.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think he's evil. Like I said.
You saying if they saying it's the lesser evil?
No, they're saying they're gonna vote for Biden because they know he's a racist.
Yeah,
they know
totally.
he's all of this. But if you actually do your research, all it takes is a little bit of research, and you will find out Biden is so much. It's clear. It's evidence out there of clear and blatant racism from this man. So I don't see how you can even compare the two versus what Trump did for black people. Even before he was in office, he was doing things for black people that a lot of people don't even know. I didn't even know he did half that stuff until I researched it, did my own research, and then I formed my own opinion. Not what somebody else told me, my own.
But as far as Ice Cube, I mean, he can mean well.
I think he means well.
He can mean well, but he don't have the answers. The answers to it's not about just color anymore. That's the thing they got.
Well, he said that.
That's the thing they have you tricked, right?
We
gotta address human suffering. Human suffering.
I think
Humans
that's a part of their
suffering.
agenda is to put all this
Separation.
black suffering on the TV. What nobody else is going through. Like, just think about it's people in other countries. Think about what other people in other countries are going through.
In the third world
They're going through so much more worse than what we here in America. You think it's bad for black men to be killed here in America? In some of these countries, little children are getting bombs strapped to them. Little babies. Like, we got to start thinking outside. America is not the only spot in the world. We're not the only people in the world. Black people, we are not the only people in the world. And we got to step out of that. It is a human thing. It is a human. If you're human and you have an ounce of humanity in you, you got to stop saying, well, we got to only worry about black people problems. No, it don't work like that. Not in my world. Maybe in your world it works like that, but not in my world. I'm a humanist, and I believe in humans, and I believe in human compassion. It doesn't matter what other people did in the past. I love everybody. Yes, I love my people. I love black people. I love Hispanic people to the death of me. But we got to start thinking about other people too and what other people go through. So it's just my thought about it. All right. You want to go ahead and move on?
Yep.
All right. So this is our last topic, which is pretty big right now. It's been trending for a couple of days ago, and that's Candace Owens versus Cardi B. So Cardi B and Candace Owens feuded on social media over the weekend. So their feud was this past weekend. When Cardi hit back at Candace, and if you don't know who Candace Owens is, you can Google her, but she is a conservative commentator who is a Trump supporter as well. Cardi hit back over a video in which Owens called Cardi's recent interview with presidential candidate Joe Biden an insult to black people. So did you want to play the video, or did you want to just talk about it?
No, yeah, we can play the video.
Okay, well, roll that beautiful bean footage.
What?
Roll that beautiful bean footage. You remember the bean commercial now?
It's not beans.
What did he say? What did he say?
Right.
Agree with your assessment about Cardi B. It is one of the biggest insults. If black Americans are not insulted by the fact that Joe Biden, who has been hiding in his basement, for the entire year, made an appearance and came out because he was going to do an interview with Cardi B. Do we have nothing better to offer? I mean, this would be akin to Donald Trump saying, I'm going to give no interviews, but he came up and he decided to give an interview to Justin Bieber. right? I mean, which I actually, Justin Bieber, I am sorry. I know you're a Christian man. I don't even want to put you in the same boat as Cardi B. But it would be absurd, right? White America would go, what is this? Why are you being interviewed by Justin Bieber? And it's because you're pandering, right? You're pandering. You look at Cardi B's Instagram, you see she has millions of followers, and you think, okay, this is an illiterate person, and if I appeal to this illiterate person, and she does, like she literally did in the middle of this interview.
You know what? If I kill somebody, I gotta go to jail. You gotta go to jail too. That's all I want.
They think she's cool, she's hip just by sitting here and taking this interview. Black people will vote for me. It's basically saying, Black people, you are stupid, you are dumb, and you're so foolish. I mean, do you think, what if she just said in the middle of the interview, Joe Biden, can you name one Cardi B album?
So, I'm not going to show my face in this video. I look like shit. I feel like shit. I'm a little sick. And I don't know why the devil been fucking trying me today. But I'm going to give demons a response today. I'm going to give the devil a response today. So let me tell you something, right? It's not a secret that I use my platform for people to vote. I love politics. I endorse the Democratic Party. Everybody knows I don't really fuck with Trump like that. And y'all don't see this because, y'all don't be paying attention. But I get harassed by Trump supporters so much. And there are some Trump supporters, they are like celebrity Trump supporters. Like, they just have like a huge platform. And they be coming for me every single day. They be degrading me. They be making fun of me, everything. I ignore them. I don't give a fuck. Only time that I be going hard, let me tell you something. Shit gets so intense that a Trump supporter posted my address and encouraged people to dox my home, to put my house on fire. I had to literally hire a private investigator and serve them with a warrant and arrest this boy. Mind you, this boy was a fucking teenager. His parents were fucking shook. Anyways, so today, one of the most popular Trump supporters, which is Candace Owens, she really said some real nasty things about me. Because Joe Biden sat down with me to speak with me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I saw that interview. And you want to know something? 2 weeks ago, Fox News were really talking shit about me too because Joe Biden sat down with me to do the interview. But let me tell you something, right? Why wouldn't Joe Biden sit down with me, Cardi B? I have millions of followers and I pay millions in taxes. I have the #1 song in this country. I got the #1 song in fucking the United Kingdom. I have the #1 song in Australia. I got the #1 song in New Zealand. I'm heard all around the world. So just like I can make people pop their pussy and have a good time and make them feel like a bad bitch, I could also encourage millions of followers to go vote. Now you're saying that Joe Biden is pandering because he's using, like a popular figure like me. All right. But your president, the guy that you fucking love so much, he panders as well too. And ironically, this is the reason why I have to fucking stand up. Because let me tell you something, bitch. I pay so much money in taxes. I'm a good American. I don't bother nobody. My little sister, she's a good American. She don't bother nobody. She barely posts on Instagram. And this girl couldn't even go to the beach with her girlfriend today in fucking the Hamptons without getting fucking harassed by Trump supporters. My sister was on the beach. Her girlfriend went to the car and these motherfuckers started fucking talking crazy to my sister's girlfriend. Then my sister's girlfriend went, and Hennessy's crazy. They started telling my sister, oh, why y'all talking Spanish? This and that. When my sister whipped their phone out, they calmed down. Cause they already know what's going on. They're already catching on that niggas is getting recorded. So the same day you harass me is the same day that my sister's getting harassed A bitch that pay her taxes. A bitch that don't have a fucking criminal record. And you out here wondering why Joe Biden is doing a fucking interview with me. Because you want to know why? Because no matter how much money I make, no matter how hard I work, I can't be a fucking free American. My sister can't even be a fucking free American. You got this fucking Trump supporting family harassing 2 lesbians. The fuck? Yo, I was just watching Univision, right? I was watching Univision, and let me tell you something. Trump has a fucking commercial on Univision talking about Joe Biden has picked a Kamala Harris to be vice president. There were, I guess, 4 candidates that were running to be vice presidents, and they were Hispanic, and Joe Biden didn't pick them. Hispanic made $2.4 billion to the economy. Is Hispanic people not enough for Joe Biden? Why is your president doing that type of commercial and putting that shit on Univision? Why are you pandering? Why is your president fucking race baiting against Hispanic and black people? The people that get killed the most by police, bitch. You want to call me a dumb bitch? You want to call me illiterate and everything? Girl, you're getting pimped out by a white man. You have been this man's cheerleader. You're a beautiful black woman. You talk great, amazing. And you fucking you be out here supporting Trump. And this nigga didn't even have the decency to let you talk in the Republican convention. But you know what he did? He put the general attorney that's in charge of Breonna Taylor case. That hasn't said a word, but haven't said a word to his own people. A black man that haven't said a word to his own people about a black woman that got killed in her house sleeping. But this nigga's gonna go a general attorney for motherfucking for one of them like, you know, not them big states like that. And he picked him to talk in the fucking Republican convention. And not you, that you've been sucking this nigga dick for years. Massa uses you. You want to call me dumb? I'm not getting pimped out by a white man. And you don't see that. And I don't know what black man broke your heart. I don't know what black woman licked your pussy wrong that you hate your kind so much that you talking about Joe Biden be pandering. Your fucking president can pander because nobody fucks with him. He was fucking crying because football players don't fuck with him. So what are you talking about? I'm gonna keep telling my millions of followers to vote until we get your president out of here. I'm tired of this. Your fucking favorite president told people to drink bleach. What? You wanted an answer for me? Candace Owens, you've been coming for me for such a long time. You got the answer today. The only reason why I answer you today is because of the shit that happened with my fucking sister. Other than that, bitch, wake up. Wake up. Go outside. Go outside. A nigga just got shot 7 times in his back. The president haven't said nothing about that, but you know what your president is out here doing? He's fucking doing speeches talking about why they need to take poor people from fucking white suburban country, from white suburban neighborhoods. Those are not the only Americans. White suburban Americans are not the only Americans in this country. Shit. You wanted an answer? Here you go. You have it. Now leave me alone, bitch. I'm about to go drink some fucking chicken noodle soup.
Oh, what is up, Instagram? I'm going live on Instagram. This is the second time I've ever gone live on Instagram, but I just felt like I really wanted to clear the air on this Cardi B nonsense. So first and foremost, Cardi, I watched your story and it sounds very funny. First off, I'm saying it's funny because it's just ridiculous to me that you even take anything that I said as offensive when I'm telling you the truth. And I think if anything, you're only upset because people are telling you on Twitter that you got dragged, because you did get dragged, because you are uneducated when it comes to politics. That's first things first. I was not, I'm sure Ben Shapiro was not, we were not meaning to attack you. We're just simply telling the truth, which is the fact that Joe Biden did not spend the whole year in his basement to come up because he's a big Cardi B fan and sit down with you. He thinks you're an idiot. And, you know, I just am encouraging you to stop proving him right when you say ridiculous things like, I had to sit down with Joe Biden because my sister got attacked by a Trump supporter, Santa Claus, making it seem like Trump supporters are homophobic. A little education for you, Cardi B. Donald J. Trump is the first president that's ever gone into office in support of gay marriage. So, you know, those 8 years that your presidential candidate Joe Biden spent as a vice president with Obama, they didn't support gay marriage going into office. Obama changed his tune on gay marriage in his second term. So the whole idea of Trump being a homophobe is a bit pointedly ridiculous and shows how uneducated you are. Then you came and you were talking about raising your taxes when you were on talking to Joe Biden, saying that you want your taxes lowered, but at the same time you want universal health care. That's ignorant and stupid. And Joe Biden knows it's ignorant and stupid. Even all the people that want free health care and universal health care acknowledge that tax rates have to be astronomical to be able to support that. So you're talking about a 74% tax rate. You continually keep saying you have a number one song. It means shit. Nobody cares about a song about your wet ass pussy. Excuse my language for my followers. Being number one. I have a number one song in the UK. I have a number one song in Australia. I have a number one song in New Zealand. That has nothing to do with Black America and whether or not you are helping or hurting. Right now, you are hurting Black America. Okay? When you stand on a platform and you pretend to care about Black men, when you ask Joe Biden, what are we going to do about these Black men dying? He should have asked you back, what are Black men going to do about Black men dying? Because 94% of Black men are killed by other Black men. Okay? We don't have an issue with police officers. In fact, if you go into those inner cities and you go into those projects, they need more policing. So you're a fraud. If you're sitting here saying, making it seem like you're afraid of police officers. Are you afraid of your husband? You're more likely to be killed by your husband, way more likely to be killed by your husband than you are by a police officer. And you know that, right? You know that Black men kill more white men. You know that police officers are killed by Black men 18 and a half times more, right? So don't use your platform and 75 million people to make it seem like police officers are the issue. You're uneducated. I mean, that is just what it is. You are uneducated. And I don't have a problem, by the way, with musicians and rappers and hip hop artists dabbling in politics if they're sincere. What I mean by that is, are you talking to people on both sides? Are you trying to actually get an informed understanding, or are you just being a mouthpiece for one party? Charlamagne the God has multiple people on his platform. He's talked to Republicans. He's friends with Senator Tim Scott, talks to him. He's a Trump supporter. He's had vice presidential candidates, presidential candidates on his show, on The Breakfast Club. But he asks serious questions. He doesn't sit down with Joe Biden and say, oh, grr. In fact, Joe Biden wasn't comfortable when Charlamagne the God was sitting down and speaking to him because Charlamagne the God was asking so many difficult questions. He wasn't just giving him a Santa Claus list like you were. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, and none of it makes sense. If you're serious about politics, if you're serious about trying to use your platform for good, then you need to educate yourself. That's literally all anybody is saying to you, is that you need to actually educate yourself and do the work. By the way, I'm not in your zone, you're in mine. Okay, so I get tired of your commenters and your fans saying, oh, she's clout chasing. I'd be clout chasing if I was challenging you to a rap battle. I'm not doing that. You're in my area. You're in politics. You're embarrassed because you realize you know nothing about anything when you're on Twitter. You actually told a lie just now to all of your followers. You said, oh, Trump, you said Trump told people to drink bleach. He never did that. Then you said Trump laughs when Black men get shot by police officers. How do you just put out a lie like that? How do you consider yourself to be a serious person when you just outwardly lied to all of your followers? You know he's never laughed at a Black man dying at police officers' hands. You know that for a fact. You can't pull a clip. Not even CNN, with all of their bullshit and lies, has ever claimed that Donald Trump laughs when Black men die at police officers. But you told that lie in a tweet. Why did you tell that lie? Because you're a fraud. So I'm calling you out on being a political fraud. You pretend you want to help. You don't. You don't. You don't know why you're a Democrat. You have no idea why you hate Republicans. You have no idea why you're on the side of the party that enslaved Black people, that segregated Black people, and standing behind a man that supported segregation. Joe Biden supported segregation. He said it's what black people wanted. So let's just recap all of that. You're concerned about homophobia. For the 8 years that Joe Biden was in office, him and Obama didn't support gay marriage until the second term, but not when he was running for the second term. They didn't support gay marriage going into that office. You claim that you're concerned about racism and dying black men, yet you want to defund police officers. That makes entirely no sense. You cannot defund the people that are actually protecting black people. Black people need more policing in their neighborhoods, not less of it. And by the way, in those neighborhoods, there are black police officers that are dying because it tends to be that police officers look like the neighborhoods that they're policing. So you are actually standing on a platform for more black men to die, for taxes to be raised, right? For a man that has a very atrocious race record to be put into office, who looked at you the entire time like he was confused when you were talking because he knew that you were nothing but a puppet for him to be able to get a platform. That's it. You're a puppet. They use you. Okay? And you want to sit here and talk about Trump using me, or like, what are you talking about? Using me for what? I don't work for the RNC. I don't get paid by the Trump campaign. I say what I believe. You don't know what to do when you're looking at a black woman that's free. That's what your problem is. I am telling you who I support, and I'm educated. And I'm challenging you to become educated. I'm challenging you to sit down with black conservatives, okay, and have a meaningful conversation and a dialogue about what you actually want, and to actually try to understand the economics behind what you want, and to try to understand why it is you're actually supporting a man that does not care about black lives and never has, and has been in office for decades and hasn't changed anything, and you're blaming Trump? It makes no sense. You hate Trump because they told you to hate Trump. You gave me no valid reasons for hating Trump. Not a single one, not even one valid reason for why you hate Trump. You just think you're supposed to because you're a puppet. That's what happens when you get big. Look, Cardi, I enjoyed you a lot on Love and Hip Hop. I thought you were hilarious. Second I first saw you on TV, I said to my cousin, she's going to be a star. She has that it factor. She's very funny, you know, she's confident, and she says ridiculous things. I think you belong on TV. I don't believe you belong in the realm of politics unless you're willing to get serious about it. In conclusion, tonight I was just signing books, and I'm going to send you one because you need one. You need to learn. You need to black out. You need to Blexit. You need to learn about the real history of the Democrat Party. See that subtitle? How Black America can make its second escape from a Democrat plantation. You want to know why it says second, Cardi, and not first? Because we were enslaved by Democrats, not Republicans. Okay? We were enslaved by Democrats, not Republicans. So I'm going to sign you a copy. Get in touch with my agent and get in touch with your agent. I'm going to send it to your house. Okay? How's that for WAP? Okay? Bye.
Oh wow, that was a lot. That was a lot. So what do you think? Who you think won that battle? I think Candace handed Cardi. she gave it to Cardi.
Cardi's a moron.
Well, you know, like I said, I'm not gonna call the lady a moron.
No. Something mentally is not there with her. I guarantee you, Cardi B. She has no freaking clue how she got to where she is.
Well, I mean, like Candace said, she has that it factor. She belongs on TV. She has her funny moments. For being stupid. Well, okay. It's funny that Cardi
B
has
doesn't
her
have any it factor. What it factor?
She has an idiot
factor.
She hates Trump so much, but oddly enough, and I'm not comparing their intelligence, I'm comparing the fact that I think Cardi B is exactly like Trump. They say exactly what comes to their mind.
Okay,
they say whatever comes to their mind.
No, it's not the two.
I think
there's one thing of being an educated person.
Well, I'm not comparing their education level. No, I'm not comparing their education level.
And you're an educated person, then the stuff that you say and have some.
And I'm not a Cardi fan, so I'm not a Cardi fan at all. I'm not a fan of hers. I don't care for her mainly, and if I didn't care for her before, I don't care for her now. You know, because since she's come out and said, "Oh, I wouldn't let my daughter listen to my song WAP, but she's gonna let your daughters
she'll
listen to WAP."
sacrifice your children.
Yeah. It's okay for your kids to listen to it.
Head on a chopping block for her.
So just put that into perspective, you know.
Benefit.
These people, they protect their children. They protect their children.
Why she contributes to the downfall of the youth guarantee you, while taking your hard-earned money, her child or children, if she chooses to have more, will go to the best of schools.
Private schools. Yep.
They'll get the best of education. They'll get the best. They'll have all the opportunity there is because of money. That's what money does. Okay, while she sacrificed your kid for that.
Yep.
How long are we gonna? How
Open
long
your
are we
eyes.
going to let this happen?
Open your eyes.
All of these rappers. Here's some. I was talking to someone about Jeezy, right? Okay. Now Jeezy told us to trap or die. Trapping. If you don't know what that means, it means selling drugs out of a trap house. Okay. He told us to trap or die. Okay. So now, Jeezy's son, he goes to college. Guarantee his daughter will go to college, have the best education.
He don't even settle down
But-
with him a nice little Chinese
And
woman.
now he don't want to trap or die. He don't want to talk about that.
Oh, yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles.
So
huh?
you contributed to
The destruction.
the destruction of maybe millions of youth, black kids, white kids, Chinese kids, Puerto Rican kids, because you told them to trap or die. Now,
but let's keep it all the way on 100.
100.
That music is geared towards black youths. Let's keep it's geared to all of them.
No, we gonna keep it 100. Black youth is not the only ones that listen to the music.
No, they're not.
And we know,
we know in those neighborhoods where people
it
are
misled.
trapping,
No,
is
I know
mainly
tons
black, Latino, and indigenous people. That's what's in those neighborhoods. The little white Billy who thinks he's who wants to pretend he's hard.
No,
he lives in the suburbs.
You're not talking about Billy.
He ain't
That
trapping.
lives in the suburb. We talking about Bill that grew up in the ghetto too. That hung around.
Well,
99% of
but
black
I'm
people
saying
all his life.
on a bigger scale, you don't.
I'm not talking about Billy that lives in suburbs.
But
with his
honestly,
parents.
a lot of
'Cause we
those
know
kids
he's-
listen to that music.
Yeah, but they had parents and they know the
But
difference.
what I'm saying is,
See,
who
the
is
thing
it
about
gonna
them,
affect?
right?
It's not gonna
The
affect
thing
Billy
about-
in the suburbs.
The thing about them, they know the difference. They had parents to teach them the difference because they can go home and see the other side. That this is just entertainment, but to the kids that's living in it, where they seeing it
That's
every
what I'm
day,
saying, yeah.
when they see live and in their face the dope boy on the big rims just pushing past them with the big chain and say, "I want to be like him." Then they got Jeezy and said, "Tell them this is the way to get it." Okay,
Yep.
then you add the music to go along with it.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna affect.
We ain't talking about
the
Billy
people.
from the suburbs.
But that's
we
my
talking
point.
about
My
Billy
point is-
from the hood
But how many
that grew
Billies
up
in the
around
hood
100%
is
of black kids.
it? How many Billies in the hood is it?
There's
Like,
a lot all around
I mean, yeah, all,
the United States of America.
You can say that, but like I said, it's mainly affecting people that live in these neighborhoods, and the main percentage of people that lives in these neighborhoods are
Anyways,
minorities.
back to what I was saying. Jeezy shouldn't be able to just get out of it that easy. He led all these young people to their demise or to prison by telling them this stuff. And you can say all day long, don't do it, but you listen. That's like somebody. That's like me saying, I'm opening up a restaurant and I don't want people to eat my food. I just want them to come in and look at it. It's like they're going to partake in what you're feeding them in your music. You're feeding them this. You making it look glamorous. You think they're not going to partake? That goes hand in hand. They bought into it. If they didn't buy into what you're saying and they're not, that goes hand in hand. Then you're not making no money as an artist. It goes hand in hand. So he shouldn't be. I think rappers that do that, they're the most I think wickedest people.
Well, We supposed to be giving a commentary on Cardi and Candace.
That goes along with Cardi B because she's leading oppressionable.
All I gotta say about Cardi has
slaughter.
her lane. She has her lane. She needs to stick to her lane.
That goes hand in hand.
She doesn't, like Candace said, she shouldn't be getting into politics because clearly she knows nothing about it. And I just want to know who made Cardi, again, who makes these people, or who gives these people the right to be the spokesperson for black people or for minorities in general, because she is a minority. So who made her the spokesperson? Just because you have a platform of 75 million people and you can influence people to go vote a certain way, that's why they use you. Candace said it. She hit it on the head. They didn't choose you because of your political knowledge. He didn't sit down with you for that reason. Of course not. He didn't sit down with you for that. He used you for your platform. And the stuff that you demanded or you wanted, like Candace said, you were like, give me this, give me that, give me this. It was ridiculous. You want United Healthcare, but you don't want people to pay taxes. It's like, come on, Cardi. It doesn't take a rocket science to figure that out. If you want United Healthcare, who's paying for it, Cardi? It got to come out of somebody's pocket. It's going to come out of the taxpayers' pocket. That means anybody who's paying taxes, your taxes is going to go up. So just to put on the record, I'm against the universal health care. I think it's another way y'all could do it. But please, I ain't trying to pay no more taxes than I already do.
No more Obamacare.
It got to be another way. I'm sure it's another way.
Obamacare had more middle class people in debt to the IRS than anything else.
So a girl I work with, she just got her taxes. She just got her taxes like a week ago. That's from taxes from our regular income tax, not the stimulus. She just got her taxes a week ago because of Obamacare. Because she didn't something she owed.
She didn't have insurance, most likely.
No, she was a part of that marketplace healthcare, and she owed some money. Something happened. I'm like,
the only reason you wouldn't get your income tax if you didn't have insurance, because with Obamacare, it forced you to have insurance, and if you didn't have insurance while you at the time of you filing taxes, you would be penalized, and the penalized would go up every year. After that, you didn't have an insurance. Like if you the first year Obamacare was in effect, if you didn't have health care, I think the penalty was like $200 and something. Then it went up to $400, and then up and every year that you didn't have it.
Just another way of them taking your money.
You were penalized for it.
Just another way of them taking. That's why I say you want universal health care. You want universal health care, but you're not. And that's what Candace was saying. If you were a
person that just didn't just broke even, and you didn't have insurance, let's say you maybe got back $200, they would take that $200. Then the next year, if you didn't have an insurance, then you would be in debt.
And if you ain't have enough, they gonna keep taking until they get the full amount of what you owe. That's how Uncle Sam works. That's how the whole government works. They're gonna take what they feel like you owe them off top before anybody gets some money. They gonna get theirs. But like Candace was saying to Cardi, if you're sincere and you really want to get into politics, at least sit down with people who know this stuff, who is in this field of expertise. Sit down with them and understand the economics behind what you're actually asking for. You can't ask for universal health care and then say, I don't want to pay or taxes should be lowered, or taxes should go to this and that. It doesn't work like that. She doesn't understand the economics behind what she's asking for.
Who wants Cardi B in politics?
She says she loves politics. That's what she got. She calls it politics. But I ain't gonna pick on the lady language because she said English ain't her first language.
She also said she made income tax. How do you make?
Listen, I don't understand how you go through school. Because right now they have speech classes, they have ESOL, they have all types of things in the school system to help children who.
Where is she from?
She was born here in America. She was born in New York. That's why I'm confused.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious as a heart
attack.
She
was born here and has
She
that
was born here. Her
accent?
parents are immigrants. Apparently, I think her parents are immigrants. But still, like, you went to school. You went to school. You had jobs. You lived your life in a country that spoke English. Yes, when you went home, you probably spoke all Spanish. But still, that's no reason to not know how to talk. You went to school. She graduated.
Are you sure about that?
That's what she said.
I really doubt that.
How do you graduate and you don't even know how to talk?
I thought she graduated.
How did they let you get to graduation without?
I doubt Cardi B
graduated
high school.
No, the school system failed her when it comes to speech.
Now
she may be a genius. We just may not know it. So we can't always say a person who don't know how to talk properly.
Are you serious? Are you really going to sit up here and say Cardi B could be a genius?
She may be. I haven't sat down and given her an IQ test. I haven't seen an IQ test of her. I'm just saying some people.
She can't even spell.
How do you know she can't spell?
Have you seen her posts?
Oh, well, yeah, that is true. That is true. But I'm not the grammar police on social media. I can't stand those people either.
Anyone that would go on social media and act like drugging men and taking their money isn't bad. Like,
listen, but that's still, like I said,
this is some heroic thing
she's
you
like
did
secretly a math magician
because you had to. Oh, I had to survive, so I chose to drug men and take their money while they were sleeping. But you couldn't go. What about getting a job?
Well, she did have a job. She was a stripper.
And
that was a part of her hustle, drugging men and getting their money.
But she made it sound like it was some heroic thing she did. I had to survive.
Well, you know, that's people's excuse these days. Do whatever you got to do to survive.
Doing illegal things is some heroic thing, because now what happened to getting a job?
Apparently a job couldn't pay for her
you can't sensationalize
surgeries.
That.
Maybe her jobs couldn't. I'm just saying, maybe her jobs couldn't pay for
I had to make it through.
Listen, these strippers, they have to go the extra mile. They got to get butt implants and breast implants and all type of implants to keep up. I heard, especially in New York, it's harder for dark-skinned black women to be strippers. I don't know if it's still that way, but I did hear once before, like, it was harder for a dark-skinned black woman to be a stripper in New York because a lot of clubs wouldn't even, like, let them dance on the popular nights. So I don't know. But like I said, I'm not going to call her an idiot because I haven't seen an IQ. Because, you know, just, hey, what's the real smart man name? He didn't even finish school. So you can't say because a person didn't finish school, they're not a genius. She may be.
What are you talking about?
Albert Einstein?
How you know he didn't finish high school?
I don't think he even finished school at all. Like elementary, I don't think.
Are you serious?
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Well, somebody didn't finish.
He didn't like school. No,
somebody that's really smart did not finish school. I know I'm not crazy.
You're crazy.
I don't know if it's Albert Einstein, but somebody didn't. Listen.
You're starting to sound like Cardi B.
Now you just insulted me.
Well, you are.
No, for real. Listen, I want somebody to comment down below because I know I'm not the only one who. I can't think of who the person is right now, but I know it's somebody that's really, really smart that did not finish school. I just can't think of their name. I know I'm not crazy. Next week I'm gonna prove it to you because I'm gonna find out who that person is. But anyways, I think Candace made very good points in what she said. You know, she said people don't even know why they hate Trump. And like I've said before, I was one of those people. I didn't know why I hated Trump. I didn't know why. Just didn't like him. Wanting him impeached. It was programmed to me to not like him until I finally hit myself against my own head and said, wait a minute, you know, why don't I like this man? Let me find one good valid reason or something that he has done to make me not like him.
We need to start a campaign let's take the power back from celebrities, because celebrities have too much power over people.
Way too much.
And then when it's controlled, when they are controlled by people that don't see.
You can only do that when people are ready to wake up. The people who want to stay asleep, the people who want to stay in
I'm not
that
talking about them.
sleepy state.
I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking to them.
Yeah, but it's a lot of them. And
I'm not
they're the
talking
ones
to
who
them.
still blindly follow these celebrities.
I'm not. That's why we're not talking to. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to the ones that's woke and let's start a movement. Let's take the power back. Because the power is when they're controlled. When we're listening to people that's controlled by people that don't have our best interests, then what are you doing? You're running around not even getting anything accomplished.
They don't see it because they're blind. They're blind. They want to stay in that. They want to stay in their state of ignorance.
And Cardi
ignorance is bliss.
Cardi
B, she never even mentioned one reason why she validly does not like Trump. She just says he's racist. That's all they ever say. He's racist.
But what did he say? What did he say? What did he say? That sounds like something you've been told. He's racist. He's racist, and you believed it. What did he say that was racist?
I mean, they want to keep bringing up, oh, no, this is what somebody actually told me. Oh, he's racist because he wouldn't let this black couple move into the Trump Towers. He denied them an apartment or a townhouse or whatever they got over in the Trump Towers. So that makes him racist. Okay. Well, first of all, we don't know the whole situation of why they were denied in there. I'm sure it's black people that live in the Trump Towers. I'm not, don't hold me on that. Don't quote me on that. But I'm pretty sure there is black people that live in there. Yeah, I know. But I'm just, saying for the benefit of the doubt, I'm sure there is. If there isn't, then I don't know. But you can't hold that one thing against Trump without even knowing the full spectrum of what happened. Was it something on their background? Did they not make enough money? What was it? You have to know the full story before you can just judge a person and say they're racist because of that. Was it directly Trump? I don't know. Was it his man? Because I'm sure Trump is not sitting in the leasing office.
Trump had probably nothing to do with letting those people in.
It could have been the people in the leasing office. Maybe they're racist. You can't put that on Trump if somebody who works for him is a racist.
Of
you
course,
can't put that on him.
The owner, the face of the company, is always going to get backlash.
Right. Just like they canceled the whole what was that? I think it was Starbucks or something, because they refused to let one Starbucks wouldn't let the people wear the Black Lives Matter shirts. So then Starbucks was canceled. It's like, how do you, because it's those Starbucks are franchises. They're owned by different people. Maybe all Starbucks owners may not feel that way. So I don't know. It's just a weird time we live in. Like, people don't want to know. They don't want to find out the truth. They just go with whatever their favorite celebrity tells them to go with, and that's the way it is.
That's why we need to take the power back.
Definitely need to do that.
Start using your own mind, because you have people knowing that Cardi B has influence over
Cardi
people. Cardi B, I said.
Oh, I thought you said Cardi B.
How stupid is that? A person like as dumb as her could have influence over people.
Listen, you have to mentally be on some type of level as she is. No, I'm saying in order to follow.
Humans are at humans.
In order to follow, listen, you honestly think it's some intellectual person that is not with that type of lifestyle that she promotes. You honestly think they're following what Cardi B says? No. Exactly. So that's why I said
that just shows how many dumb people are out here.
You have to share something, sorry to say, and if I'm offending anybody, then hey, that's just what it is. But if you're following Cardi,
listen, her dog always holler.
For real, because if you're following Cardi, hey, look within. So something inside of you is attracted to in the same.
Ignorance.
Listen, like attracts like. That's a universal fact. Like attracts like. So if you're following Cardi B, it's something about you that's similar to her.
Maybe just to hear the stupid stuff that come out of her mouth and make fun of her.
And I think some people, but they're not following her. They're just there for the entertainment. They just think she's funny. They think she's hilarious. They're waiting for the next crazy thing she's gonna say. She makes them chuckle. Yes, you have that part of her audience, but then you actually have people who are actually listening to this woman and taking political advice from her on who to. Oh, Cardi's voting for Biden, so I'm voting for Biden. No matter what. I don't have to know anything about Biden. I don't have to know anything about Kamala. I'm just gonna vote because Cardi told me to vote. And she says she's sick of this. What is she sick of? What is she sick? What? Listen, Cardi, what are you sick of? I want to know. What is she sick of? She says she's sick of being harassed. Her sister being harassed because her sister and her sister gay lesbian lover was harassed at the beach. That's what you're sick of?
Really?
Because that's going to come from both sides. That's going to come from the Democrats. That's going to come from the Republicans.
Who's harassing a gay person in these times?
Well, apparently she said that's because they were an Afro-Latina gay couple. That's the reason that they were targeted. And it's still some people out there that
really, nigga?
That it, but it is. Let's be honest.
In New York City.
I don't think they were in the Hamptons.
It's
New York, but it's not the city. They were in the Hamptons. What are they doing in the Hamptons? I mean, they got money.
Cardi B's sister?
Yes. Cardi B's sister got money too. She got her own money.
I don't know about
that girl got ads and she do modeling. She got her own money. She done made her own little money now.
Listen, I don't care.
But
I care nothing about Cardi B's personal life. It's not. Anybody with 2 brain cells shouldn't be caught up in her life.
Like I said, I don't care for her as an artist. I don't know her personally as a person to say, oh, I hate her. I don't hate her because I don't know her. Like, hate is a strong word. I don't understand how anybody can hate anybody and don't even know that person. I can never be that type of person. You know, to me, that's just a pure hater. But I just don't care for her personality. I'll say that.
When you see what she's doing to society, the children.
The things she do, I hate it. The things she shows us, I hate it. Yes, because she's poisoning these little girls' minds with songs like that. Yes, and everybody could say, well, what about Trina? What about 2 Live Crew? What about... Same thing for them. Yes.
They contribute.
Same thing. Ain't no different.
I must use Jesse Lee Peterson's quote.
And yes, I was one of those.
To the downfall, the fallen state of humans.
And I'm not going to try to act holier than thou. I done did my things in life, and yes, I used to listen to Trina back in the day and all that stuff, but when you really start to wake up and realize what this stuff is doing, and especially because I have a teenage daughter, I have to be more conscious about what I actually listen to around my children, and what I choose to let them listen to in my presence. Again, when they're not in my presence, I don't know what they're listening to. I don't know what they're exposed to, but I have to lead an example for my daughter to follow so that she will grow up and know how to be a respectable woman. I'm not finna leave it up to Cardi to teach my daughter how to be nothing, because I'll be doggone.
Cardi B is she's stupid.
I mean, she's a puppet. She's being used like just a lot of them.
I don't even think she's a puppet. I think she's just that stupid.
Oh, of course they're puppets. They're puppets.
I think she's just that stupid and immoral that they just let her go. They're just like, oh, she's that way anyways. Just let her loose.
But then you're gonna have the people coming at you talking about, well, what about the men that rap about this stuff? What about the men?
It's like a attack dog. You don't have. It's certain dogs you have to teach them, how to be attack dogs. But you may have a wild dog. I'm not referring to her as a dog. This is just figuratively. But you can have a dog just wild and he's just ready to kill. You know what I'm saying? You don't really have to teach nothing. You say, okay, let him loose on him, and he'll take care of everything that needs to be taken care of.
But what about the men? What about the men who rap the same thing just in reverse?
Same. Didn't I just talk about Jeezy? Then I just talk about all the.
Yeah, but I'm saying, on that sexual level, what about the guys who rap about, their sexual conquests and how good their stuff is and all this stuff.
I'm not talking about skill. I'm talking about mental state. I'm talking about.
I'm just playing devil advocate because you're gonna have people that's gonna say that. I think
Cardi B and Lil Wayne are probably on the same. I'm not talking about skill as rapping.
Oh, because I was finna say what?
No way.
What?
I'm talking about influencing in such an idiotic way, influencing the youth to do such detrimental things.
Yeah. I mean, but they're not the only ones. You gotta
just the brainless.
You gotta look at all these other artists too.
The brainless things they promote and the brainless things they say.
But they're not the only one. Sadly, they're not the only one. It would be a lot easier if it was just Cardi B and Lil Wayne. But it's a whole lot of them.
Lil Wayne single-handedly brought being a drug addict cool to the industry. That's why single-handedly bought the opiate.
I let my daughter listen to Rod Wave because he don't sing about nothing violent and he don't sing about like being promiscuous. Not that I've heard. He mostly sings sad love songs, but it's more like puppy love, like him going through his little puppy love stage. So I don't mind him. I don't think he's been brought yet. Let's just hope he stays that way.
Can he rap about being promiscuous?
Huh?
Can he rap about being promiscuous?
I mean, yeah, you can, but I haven't heard it. It's mainly like love songs and songs to his girlfriend and little teenage stuff, puppy love with teenagers. Like.
How old is he?
I think he's 20 or 21. Somewhere in that area. No older than I think he just turned 20. Yeah, so he's young, but I don't mind her. It's a couple artists that I don't mind my children listening to. So, but for the majority of them, no, my kids ain't allowed to listen. Nope.
Well.
So.
We're gonna wrap up this show for this Friday.
And we do need to just let everybody know it's gonna be posted a little bit late, not at 12 noon today. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, so it's gonna be a little late, but still gonna get it to y'all today.
Or tomorrow. You never know.
Wait a minute, I thought it was coming out today.
Hey, as long as it comes out.
Gotta stay on track.
Just we need you guys to subscribe.
Do all three.
And comment. And get down those
and engage with us. We've been saying this. Like we see y'all viewing it. Don't be afraid to engage with us. Don't be afraid to put your thoughts if you don't agree. And I just told you this yesterday. I said it's funny because I'll put up a post about something, and I'll get so many comments and so many people coming to dispute me down, but nobody says anything. I don't know if it's a male thing, like because they hear your voice and maybe they get intimidated and don't want to. Well, listen, it's weird to me that nobody has anything to say now. Now that I got my own platform, nobody has nothing to say.
Disregard what you just said. That's getting cut out.
Who getting cut out?
That's getting cut out what you just said.
Why? Don't cut out nothing I gotta say. I'm just saying, don't be afraid to put your opinions down below, whether good or bad. We want to hear it. I want to hear it. Maybe Feezy don't. but I do.
All right, we'll see you guys Tuesday for the Big 7. That is a milestone for us.
Yes. Should we have a party?
No.
Well, when we gonna have a party? You know what I think? I think for like, no, I'm gonna keep that to myself, and we'll let y'all know when it happens. I'm gonna keep that one on the wraps. Just stay tuned if you want to know what I'm talking about. Stay tuned. That's all I can say.
And we're out.
Bye.